Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm going to be covering VALE S.A, ticker symbol VALE. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. We're going to be covering the best stocks of 2021 on this channel. With that being said, let's get started. So VALE is a Brazilian company that works in the production and exportation of iron ore, pellets, manganese, and iron alloys, which are the raw materials needed for steelmaking. The company was founded on June 1st, 1942, and is headquartered in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This company is in the non-energy mineral sector, and it's in the steel industry. It has an average volume of 26.9 million for the past 10 days and 5.13 billion total shares outstanding. That was a quick overview of VALE S.A. Now let's take a look at the technical analysis and the charts for VALE and some of the key support and resistance levels that I'm going to be watching for in the next few days. If we zoom out to this exact time last year, March of last year, you can see that this stock was at its 2-year low of around $7, and then we can see some consolidation for pretty much the next few months, and then we had a huge spike starting near the end of 2020 around October, November, and it hit a new high of $19, and I'm going to be talking about why that actually ended up happening later on in the video, and it's a very interesting reason why the stock actually ended up spiking around that same time. Now let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. So there's been a lot of pullback in the market for the past 2 weeks, and VALE was no exception to that. There was many stocks that actually ended up going down, and as you guys can see right here, VALE actually ended up being one of them. This is around the same time, like 2 weeks ago, when the stock started going down, and it went from around $17, and then it drops all the way down to $16.80. So it had like a $1 drop, pretty significant. Ever since the 25th, ever since that major drop happened, it's been starting to slowly come back up, and it's been recovering. And just yesterday was a major day because the stock actually had a huge gain and ended up going from like 16.80 all the way up to like 18. So if we actually zoom in on the second day of trading for this week, there was actually a lot of consolidation from the $17.33 range to the $17.64 range. And I actually made a prediction that if it could break that consolidation and pass $17.65, then it would be on the uptrend. And the stock actually did end up breaking $17.65, and it ended up hitting new weekly highs. But I'm going to be talking more about that later on. Now let's take a look at some of the recent news causing the stock to be on the uptrend. Since VALE is the second largest iron ore producer in the entire world, any good news coming from them will have a big impact. Executives at VALE announced on the 26th that they're seeking to accelerate copper projects, and they also said that premiums for iron ore were at a unique moment. If we take a look at the charts for the past 2 days, on the 1st of this month, the stock actually has a minor surge, and then it bottoms out at $16.80 after dropping by about 70 cents. Then today there was a huge surge, and the stock actually ended up breaking $18 for a short amount of time, and the highest that actually reached was $18.09. So now the support level that I actually ended up drawing out was going to be at $17.48, since the candlesticks kept falling back at this exact point before uptrending, which we can actually see was like a trend that pretty much continued on for multiple days. And it actually ended up uptrending to pass $18 after falling on this same support level of $17.48 like multiple times. The resistance level that I'm going to be watching for is at $18, since the stock touched this point at least 12 times, 9 of them being just yesterday. And even after hours, it touched a few more times. So this was the cap that the stock struggled to pass. It went over $18 for a short time, and then went up to $18.09, which that's not going to be a support level because it was only there for such a short amount of time. And then it went back to consolidating around the $17.90 to $18 range. Even after hours, you guys can see the stock ended up tightly consolidating, only moving by a maximum of like 3 cents in each direction, up and down. Now, although I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice, this is how I would play this for the next coming days and also going into next week. I would watch for VALE to break $18 and stay above it for a decent amount of time, because this would be a good sign that the big buyers have stopped keeping the stock at $18, and it's most likely going to break and hit new highs. These candlesticks that you guys are seeing are mainly influenced by the decisions of the big buyers, such as the banks and the hedge funds. So basically any decisions that they're making, if they're going long on it overall or if they're going like short on it, it's pretty much going to cause these candlesticks to either go up or down. So if you're just consistently seeing the stock like keep landing at $18, like exactly $18, and it's not passing $18, that's pretty much a sign that that's an actual like resistance level, and you guys just want to be watching that point very, very closely, and that's going to be a important point to be watching. And if the stock does end up passing it, then it's just going to be a good sign that you guys should be going long on this stock. Another thing that I'm going to be watching for is the RSI levels. The RSI levels are an indicator of whether a stock is overbought or oversold. Any figures around 30 or less for the RSI mean that the stock is oversold, and it's going to be a good time to buy, and the stock's most likely going to go up. If you're seeing any RSI of 70 or more, it's most likely overbought, and the stock is overbought, and it's most likely a good time to sell because it's going to go down. So overall, the stock's going to have an amazing week, and I would be watching this very closely, and possibly might even hit new all-time highs. Personally, I see this as both a short-term and long-term investment, since the stock is surging currently because of some new deals that were announced. And also I would see this as a long-term option as well, because the non-energy mineral sector is set to do very well in the next 5 to 8 years. Another interesting topic that I wanted to talk about towards the end of this video that might play a major factor in VALE's share prices very soon is its relationship with Tesla. In October last year, VALE began the process of talks with Tesla to find a deal that would mutually benefit both, and Elon was offering a giant contract to any miners that could produce supplies in an environmentally. So yeah, if you guys are seeing a pattern here, this is literally the exact time that the stock ended up surging, and it ended up hitting new all-time highs, and it ended up hitting $19. So anything that you guys are seeing with Tesla, you just want to be watching out for. So Tesla was actually looking for nickel from VALE's Canadian sites, and nickel is a key ingredient in the batteries that power Tesla's electric cars as well as other electric cars. So yeah, many companies have actually been approaching VALE, and they've been looking for deals to secure more nickel. Many analysts also speculate a supply deficit for nickel, which is primarily used to make a battery's energy dense so that electric vehicles can go further on a single charge. If it's true that there's actually a supply deficit of nickel, then VALE, being the second largest iron ore producer in the entire world, could just simply raise prices on the entire electric vehicle industry and make more profits. So that's why most electric car manufacturers are literally racing right now to secure enough nickel to produce the number of batteries required for electric vehicles over the next 5 to 8 years, especially since we're arguably in the most important advancement of electric vehicles in history. In its site in Newfoundland and Labrador alone, VALE produced over 40,000 tons of nickel, which is also its yearly amount produced at that site. That's the same weight of about 89 Boeing 474 commercial airliners. VALE is very serious about helping to reduce global carbon emissions, which is a claim backed up by their dedication of about $2 billion to low carbon projects, including heat recovery, fuel switching, and electrification of underground vehicles. Now, when it comes to Tesla's role in VALE's stock price is increasing, I would watch for any news regarding a deal between VALE and Tesla, or simply an announcement of talks being held between VALE and Tesla as a sign that the stock will surge. Now, if this video did help you guys out, please go ahead and subscribe with the notification bell on so that you guys can get notified of future videos. Also, if you guys look in the description, there's a link to become a member on this channel. Everyone that becomes a member on this channel will be given the link to the Discord group, where I'm going to be posting my trading process, some screenshots of my trades, as well as videos and other exclusive things. So just go ahead and become a member on this channel. Let me know in a comment down below in one of my videos if you guys have become a member, and then I'll send you guys the Discord link. But yeah, that's going to be the end of today's video. I'll see you guys next time.